Hello, I wanted to make a statement on what I said in my previous live stream, and I hate how I now personally fed into that part of gaming as well. It was something that I said in the heat of the moment. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not going to make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it. I'm disappointed in myself because it seems like I've learned nothing from all these past controversies. And it's not that I think I can say or do whatever I want and get away with it. That's not it at all. I'm just an idiot. But that doesn't make what I said or how I said it okay. It was not okay. I'm really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed anyone with all of this.
Okay guys, it's your boy Neriku back at it again for a brand new video, and today is going to be a little bit of a quick one because I feel that I have to come in and say my piece with the entire PewDiePie debacle part 2. So the first time he got in trouble, we all remember back in, I believe it was February of this year. That's what started the adpocalypse. The first time he got in trouble, it was because he was painted as a anti-Semite and that he was racist and a Nazi, blah, 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 blah. People got offended. No one did their research, and they painted this guy in such a negative light that YouTube responded, and it wasn't good for every other content creator who was doing similar videos in terms of people who were doing Let's Plays or video game genre. It just didn't turn out well. So I think that it is time for me to give my part on the new debacle. So if you guys have been living under a rock or haven't been on YouTube in the past couple days, you guys can understand, or you guys know very well what has happened recently with PewDiePie again. Now he's in trouble for saying the N-word.
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck?
Let that sink in for a second. He's in trouble for saying the N-word, and I feel that this is completely blown out of proportion more than what it needs to be. I feel that people should be allowed to say what they want without repercussions, and I honestly don't give a shit about racists, to be completely honest. Like, if you want to be racist, that's fine. Be racist over there. The moment you bring it to my face or make me feel like I'm an inferior person because you want to be racist about it, then, you know, we can have a discussion face to face, and I can bet you money that any racist won't be racist to my face. Let some guy come up to me trying to be offensive, trying to be racist. I just don't see it happening. This, you know, happens on the internet all the time, but in real life it just doesn't happen. So back to PewDiePie. He got in trouble for saying the N-word. He was playing I think he was playing Battlegrounds, and he was trying to protect his teammate and trying to revive his teammate, and the guy, instead of targeting PewDiePie, the guy ended up targeting his teammate who needed to be revived. And in a fit of rage, because PewDiePie couldn't land a shot on the guy, he said, "Oh my god, what a fucking nigger." That's what he said. Hard R and everything. But you know what? I think someone needs to say it. I don't care. I don't care what he said. I think that we need to stop being so sensitive and living in such an offensive society where everyone takes offense to something that someone says. It's completely ridiculous that a guy who's not even from this country, mind you, who doesn't own slaves, who's not a racist person, is going to be completely just railed because he said the N-word. Who cares anymore? It's 2017, people. Who cares? The word does not have the same connotation. Sure, it has a history. Sure, people can get offended. Sure, people, you know, black people, I feel, can get offended about it. Sure, whatever. But if you're not black, say your piece and be done with it. You know, I feel that, you know, people are blowing this up and making it seem like it's such a big deal. And I just really don't see it as a big deal. Yeah, it was not necessarily the best word for him to say. He could have said any other word. Sure, I agree with you there. But at the same time, I also agree with free speech. It's not hate speech. He wasn't saying it in a derogatory fashion. He wasn't saying it to cause offense to black people. Why are we making such a big deal of it? I'm going to go ahead and defend him here. Sure, he's white. Who cares, people? Let it go. Move on. Why does everything have to be such a big deal? Why does everything why can't people just chill out for a second and leave it alone? Sure, he said it. And what else? Does it suddenly make the guy racist? Does it suddenly make him want to kill black people? Does it suddenly mean that he's going to go out on a shooting spree and buy slaves and start the slave trade again, and he's going to call everyone the N-word? He's going to just start throwing it around left and right. Censorship needs to stop, people. And if this is something that he feels comfortable saying, let him say it. I don't care. I don't care what race you are, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, Mexican, whatever you are. You should have the right to say whatever you want to say. Just like if you want to say faggot, you can say faggot. If you want to say, man, that nigga over there is a fucking faggot, sure, you can say that. But does it mean that it's okay? No. Does it mean that, you're a good person or a bad person? No. Why do we have to make this about your personality at this point? The words you say aren't necessarily definitive of who you are as a person. People say words, they throw words around left and right. Studies show that we say thousands of words every day, none of which can make such a big impact. This could be career altering for him and everyone else who is on YouTube at this point. But by making it a big deal, we're playing into a culture of censorship. Who wants that? Who wants to log onto the internet, get on your account, and have to watch everything you say? Who's gonna police that? Are we gonna put the leftists in charge of that? The SJWs, the feminists? Are we gonna put them in charge of that? No. Of course, they want to be in charge of it. They want to say what's offensive, what's not offensive. They want to be in charge of everything. And I think that right now we need to come together as a people and realize that this is not as bad as what people are blowing it up to be. No one makes a big deal about any other racial slur. It has to be the N-word. That is the go-to word. That is so bad. I don't understand, people. It's just a word. It's just a word. If it doesn't define who you are as a person when you hear the word, then why do you take offense to it? It's like saying that, oh my gosh, Neriku is bald. I have a full head of hair. It doesn't bother me. It completely doesn't matter because it's not true. So it's the same thing with the N-word. Yeah, Neriku is an N-word. Big deal. Who cares? I know what I am. Don't let someone else's word define you. That's pretty much all I have to say, guys, about the whole situation. I think that we need to move on. Let PewDiePie off the hook on this one for sure. Let's all just move on and stop the censorship, people. People should be able to say what they want to say, no matter how offensive, how crazy, how ridiculous you may find it or may seem. And you know what? Just one closing thought. People say it's because most of his subscribers are kids that he needs to watch his mouth. No. Parents need to do a better job of making sure that their kids aren't watching content that they shouldn't be watching. Let's just be real here for a second. I couldn't play Grand Theft Auto when I was a kid. I couldn't watch, certain TV shows or Comedy Central when I was a kid or Adult Swim. So why are these kids allowed to just watch whatever and hope that the content itself is catered to what they figure is sensitive information or what is appropriate for their kid? It is not PewDiePie's job to wonder what is appropriate for your kid. It's the parent's job. I think that that's what the problem all boils down to here, is that parents don't want to be parents anymore, and they're blaming YouTube and YouTubers for their, for their shortcomings or for their mistreatment or their misconduct as parents. Be a real parent for once. Tell your kid to get off YouTube. Tell them that you don't want them watching PewDiePie. What's the big deal with that? That's all I gotta say, guys. Until next time, my name is Neriku. Peace out.
At my position. Armor up! If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again. Time for the great thing. Getting the feeling they have a shield generator. Back for more. Stop me if you know this one.
Good shit, there's Widow.
Getting the feeling they have a shield. Stop me if you've heard this one before. I'm getting the feeling they have a shield generator.
I think they may have a shield.
Tears to their eyes.
10 kills remaining.
Getting the feeling they have a shield generator.
I'm getting the feeling they got a shield generator. What gives you that idea?
Armor here.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Oh my goodness. So much pressure.
Fire in the hole!
5 kills remaining.
Fire in the hole! That's it.
Oh my god.
4 kills remaining. 3 kills remaining.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
2 kills remaining. 1 kill remaining.